Guys, what's up? It's GVKCollectibles, and you know what it is today? It is Figure Review Friday, so, which, you know, we've been gone for a bit. Well, I've been gone for a bit. We took a little bit of, kind of a break a little bit, but we're coming back at you with the new figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Black Series Armorer. This is the way. As I said, guys, welcome back to Figure Review Fridays, and today we'll be taking a look at, as I said in the intro, the Mandalorian Black Series, the Armorer. The Armorer was a prominent character in Season 1 of The Mandalorian, as you all know, mainly that worked with the, what was it, the Coven? Not the Coven, but the chapter that the Din Djarin was a part of. So, and also, it's kind of revealed that she's actually kind of like maybe a cultist too, so, which is going to be interesting. I hope this character does make an appearance in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Just because I think she would be, like, kind of a good antagonist, just because Moff Gideon is off the plate, as you all know. I figure it's okay to say that, just because Mandalorian's been out for quite a bit. But, anyway, so this is the first Black Series figure since, I think, the Mandalorian, the Beskar Mandalorian, Din Djarin. So, it's been a while since we did a Black Series review. We actually, as I said, I think we have the whole Wave 3 with, like, Gripe, Kirin, and Moff Gideon coming, so you'll see a review of those pretty soon. But anyway, the new Mandalorian series, it's kind of cool because the Mandalorian figures are kind of like, have a certain kind of color to them, so that it's got this kind of like gold kind of yellow, I guess, to say the least, to kind of signify, like, each Star Wars film or whatever property they are from have specific colors. Like, I think Return of the Jedi is green and Empire Strikes Back is like blue, so, which is really, really cool. So it is very cool. Then you get this cool shot of the armor right here. I really love the art on the side. I don't know who is the artist on doing these particular figures as opposed to the last year's. As I said, it's the new packaging, which I really, really love. I love the angle of it, and it looks really, really cool. Mainly just because, maybe it was just because I got fatigued of the old black packaging that we had since The Force Awakens. So this is a really, really good change up. And then you get the same shot of the armor on the back. The Armorer plays a vital role in keeping the culture of the Mandalorians alive. She forges Beskar armor in an ancient tradition of her people. This is the way. I just added this is the way, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Nothing at the top and nothing on the bottom. I did, if you'll notice, I did actually get this figure from Mythical Mountain, but you can, I think you could pick this figure up if you're lucky at Target, Walmart, and maybe local comic book shops, because these are, Black Series figures are relatively hard to find, depending on what you're looking for. So, yeah, with that out of the way, let's see what the armor looks like out of the packaging. I mean, she's already out, but let's see it anyway. Here's the armor out of the packaging, and I gotta say, this is a really, really cool figure. I really love the armor's design. I think that was one of the coolest things about the Mandalorian show in general, was we got to see very unique and different designs for the Mandalorians. Like, they could have easily gone with the kind of night owl look that usually a lot of the female Mandalorians, especially within Clone Wars and even Rebels, use, but no, they decided to do something cool and unique. And it's really cool because I don't think, and it's really cool to see in the Mandalorian just because we didn't, before the Mandalorian, we didn't really get too much about and learned really anything about the Mandalorians. Like, a lot of the stuff that we did know from, like, Legends continuity wasn't really considered canon anymore, or was never brought up, which is very, very unique and different. But anyway, but it was cool to see the armor and all these kind of different facets of Mandalorian culture. So it's really, really cool. I really love her design particularly. You can see some of the Night Owl aesthetic still, mainly with the helmet, but it's very, very cool. I really love the helmet here on the armor. Like, it's very, very unique. I love the horns at the top, because usually if you know any Mandalorian cosplay people, like, who do build armor, they do some really cool, unique helmets too, which is really, really cool. Overall, the art comes with a few accessories as always. Paint detailing is really, really good. It's about what you expect from a really, really good Black Series when There is kind of not necessarily minor gripes, but there's one minor thing that I don't really kind of enjoy, but that's just besides the point. But either way, I think this figure is a really cool figure. So she does come with a few accessories, as you can definitely see, so we'll take a closer look at those right now. And as I said, she does come with a few accessories. Primarily the two accessories are her forging weapons, forge for the forge, which is really cool. So we got this really cool hammer, which she like decimated the stormtroopers in the season finale of season 1, which was really incredible. I thought they were actually going to kill her, but luckily that's not the case, and she's still out there. We don't know where. Hopefully she makes an appearance in Mandalorian season 3. But yeah, this looks really cool, really well detailed. It's just a silver paint, like a very good silver paint on it, which I can kind of sense there's a little, I don't know if it's just purely silver, but it's really cool. Really shiny too, so it isn't as opposed to like a flat silver, which is really cool. As you guys can see with the ring light right now, it's actually reflecting the light really good. Then you have these, which are the grip. It's the grip, so basically she can hold a piece of armor to forge it. She's basically a black, and that's also the thing, the armor's basically a blacksmith for Mandalorians, which is really cool. They do open kind of a bit. It's relatively flexible. I'm a little too worried about them because they are plastic. They aren't like the flexible plastic comparative to like the McFarlane figures, for example, with a lot of their weapons. So, but still, you can get this. You can get her in her hands real quick, and she also comes with the back. So, my main gripe, I think, with this is mainly it's just this is not anything to do with the figure itself. I mean, it kind of is, but it's just generally Hasbro. Because Hasbro is very particular of how they work with cloth goods. Sometimes they will have cloth goods in, like, the most ridiculous places. I think primarily, like, I think the New Hope Luke. I think the New Hope Luke would have benefited from a plastic kind of, like, tunic that he has in the movie. Like, it would rather plastic than cloth, but I understand why they did it cloth. But then we get stuff like the Mandalorian stuff, like we get Moff Gideon, we get the armor, and we get Mando, of course, and they don't really have that kind of cloth good feature on them. So, and it's more plastic than anything, which kind of bugs me because they're very selective. I feel like Hasbro is very selective of what they want to do for cloth goods. For the figures, like Darth Vader figures, they will always have a cloth figure because it's like it's Darth Vader, of course. But it's just weird to see we have Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, who's like a brand new character, who's very iconic now, just having a regular plastic cape, and it doesn't really make too much sense for me, especially with that Beskar version. I think I complained about it in that review of where, like, one, it doesn't really bother me on the regular version of the Mandalorian, just because he does have he doesn't have a jetpack or anything. It's just, he's a cowboy, essentially. I'm okay with it. But, like, with the Mandalorian, with Din Djarin with the jetpack, with Beskar armor, it's a little harder to pose it, and it looks a little awkward. But anyway, it is really cool, though. But, like, the piece itself is really cool, really well paint detailed, a lot of, like, you get this kind of, I want to say tan color, it looks like, almost. And you also get, there are the plugs, too, which I didn't notice. So there was the back plug, which was the only one that I noticed, but there is some two upper ones. So, for example, if you wanted to, here we have the armor, there's the port in the back right there, and you also have the two. So you put the two right there, and, oh, God, don't, oh, yep, and like that, bingo. And we got the armor right there. So, yeah, that's pretty much all our accessories. Very basic. This isn't it isn't like the, I believe it was a con exclusive, or I think it was a HasCon exclusive, which actually had a few extra, accessories. One being, like, actually a, Mandalorian, like having one with a Mandalorian helmet on here that's being, like, welded and, like, worked on, which looked really cool. Detailing on, like, the fire, kind of the hot melt, not melt, the hot metal hitting the Beskar looked really cool. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the armor and some of her details. And as always, here we have the armor too, which is, I love this character. I'm really excited for the prospect of her returning, and she has a lot of cool detail within her. Like I think for me, mainly collecting Black Series figures has come to like doing a prequel trilogy, sequel trilogy, and like the original trilogy. Very much love how Hasbro has done this line, how it's kind of continued. Like a lot of the figures, sometimes you'll say, oh, they're going downhill a little bit with their figures, but then at the same time you get stuff like the armor, which looks absolutely phenomenal. So you get a lot of unique paints here too. So you get the kind of bronze, kind of gold here on the helmet, which I love the helmet design. As I said, I think I loved the Mandalorian just because we got to see all unique helmets in it. It's very much like, for me at least, whenever I went to a con, God, remember going to conventions, guys, seeing the Mandalorian groups and their unique armor was very, very cool to see. Like, and that they all did this, and it was really cool to see that translate into the show too, of where we get to see like Mandalorians with very, very unique armor sets. So yeah, and you got these really horns. Luckily, they're not too pointy, so if you do, for some reason, if you have kids and they get a hold of this, they're not gonna poke themselves, which is really, really good. As opposed to like Kenner back in the day, when if they, like, their dinosaurs, if they wanted to make something pointy to hurt you, they would. But either way, you get this cool, I want to say, copper, it looks like kind of copper looking chest piece for her. It looks really, really good. Really, really fantastic, like, great. I love the uniqueness of the Mandalorian armor, of where they're not just, they didn't feel like they were constrained by just like kind of Boba Fett or Jango Fett's like base armor, because that's usually the base for everybody. But it's really, really cool. You get a lot of gray, you get gray throughout here, and you also get a little cool, like, I'll pop the cape off in a little bit, but you get little hints of detailing right here. Really cool. Like, this is just a really, really cool figure. A lot of dry brushing on the skirt, which looks really, really cool. Black dry brushing, which looks phenomenal. The boots look really, really good. And then you get the back too, which is really, really detailed too. You would think they would kind of like leave this plain, but like it's kind of it's cool. You get to see the belt, how it works and everything. The helmet, as I said, has phenomenal detailing in it. I think it's really, really cool and really well done. Definitely one of my favorite Mandalorian designs, I think, next to Din Djarin's design. I really have grown to love Din Djarin's design. I've really grown to like the armor's design. I really think it's really, really cool and really unique. I'm very excited to there's a few more. I'm very excited about the Bo-Katan figure that's going to be coming out too, because I really want to get that one. But yeah, that's there's some of the details. You get some, like, the belt is very much like, I love the belt of the look of it. It very much is like a Star Wars looking belt. The skirt is actually, so that's a cool thing too. The skirt is a pliable plastic too, so like you can get her in a lot of poses. So speaking of that, let's get into the armor's articulation. And as I said, so let's get into the articulation. So the armor can look up all the way, even with the cloth, like the fur attached to the back, which is really, really cool. She can look down really well, which is really, really good. I love the articulation on the head. Head can move side to side, of course, because it's on a ball joint. Arms can move out that far. They can go a little far. They can go far even with the hindrance of the shoulder piece right here, which is really, really cool and really great, I think, in my opinion. You also got single jointed elbows, but that's okay though, because like I think Star Wars is the only line of figures that I'm okay with single jointed elbows, just because they are, like, you can get something like that, which is a little but like they do the job really, really well, and you can get these guys into some really good poses. The wrists can rotate, and they're on a hinge, of course, which is really, really good. She has a ab crunch, waist swivel, which is really cool. As I said, skirt is movable up and down, which is really, really good. She can kick out that far with the skirt, as it is a pliable plastic. She can't really kick back, but she can move her leg out to the side, which is really, really good. Single jointed elbow. Oh yeah, she does. She has a thigh swivel, which is really, really cool. Good. She can move her foot up, down, and she does have a beautiful ankle pivot, which is really, really great, I think. So yeah, articulation for this figure is really, really awesome. About as much as you expect from Black Series figure, which is really, really a good thing. Like, Black Series are the only 6-inch figures that I know that have the single jointed elbows, which, like, you can get these guys into, like, especially the Mando Din Djarin, you can get them in the rifle pose, which is really, really amazing. And you get the armor and some really cool fighting poses. So with that out of the way, without gabbing on about articulation and detail, let's get into some size comparisons to see what she scales with. Alright, and here we have some the armor compared to some other figures from different companies. So first one we have is the NECA Shin Godzilla. We have the SH Figure Arts Ultraman from 1966, the OG. The Wicked Cool Toys Master Chief from Halo Infinite, and the Marvel Legend Iron Man Silver Centurion that's exclusive to Walgreens. And, you know, she's about normal size of a Black Series figure. She is a little smaller in comparison to the Marvel Legend, because these two are practically within the same scale, 6-inch scale. This is clearly a bigger figure. The SH Monster Art, well, the SH Figure Arts are a little smaller in comparison to the 6-inch figures, and also she's a little, clearly Godzilla's a little bit bigger. I only compared this one because this is qualifies as a 6-inch figure, technically. So yeah, about normal size for a Black Series. She's also a little smaller just because she is, I think, a regular, she is a, just a kind of a smaller character within the Mandalorian. One final comparison, here we have her with a few other Black Series figures. We have the new Gripe Karga, the Din Djarin Mandalorian, the Beskar version, and of course the return of Empire Strikes Back Anniversary, Boba Fett. So yeah, she's about normal scale, and as I said about the cloth figure, I actually did get a custom cloth for the Mandalorian, and it looks phenomenal. I think it looks really, really great. I will put it from a guy named OT Customs. He does custom capes for 6-inch figures, 7-inch figures. He even does Hot Toys, custom capes for Hot Toy figures, which is really, really cool. So yeah, she's about normal scale for she is smaller just because she is a lady. Not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but she is smaller in comparison to these guys, which is okay. But she looks really, really cool. It is really cool to see her next to Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, because I haven't really posed them together in a bit. So yeah, I think it looks really, really cool. Alright, and here we have the armor working on a helmet, which is actually really, really cool. So the helmet is from the Jango, Gaming Grades Jango Fett, so you can actually put the Jango Fett helmet, which comes off directly Jango's head, and you can actually put it in between the grappers, which is really, really cool and really fun, I think. It's such a cool, like, little piece, too. Overall thoughts on the armor, I think this is a great figure. It's got really, really great detail. It's a really, really cool character, as I keep saying throughout the video. I hope she makes an appearance in Season 3 in some kind of antagonistic role, because, you know, Din broke his code, so it's going to be very interesting to see what Season 3 brings us. But yeah, I would definitely suggest getting this figure. I love the Mandalorian figures. They're becoming some of my favorite figures in the whole Black Series line, I think, in general. The whole series is phenomenal, I think, and it's also really, really cool. So, like, and Mandalorians are pretty hot right now, too, so it's like, it's going to be hard to find this figure at a reasonable price. Anyway, I think that's it. I can't recommend this figure enough. I mean, the only complaint that I have is but it's just a minor one. It's mainly with Hasbro. It's the, like, this not being like an actual cloth piece or whatever, like a fur kind of piece. So with that being said, that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed the return of Figure Review Fridays. I know it's been a while just because we were in Panama City, and we had I did that Saturday video, so I actually did that. I actually edited that one. That was like my first big like edit of like a special, I guess. Jack's Bro Collectibles, he did the Halloween special, which is really, really like one of my favorite I think episodes that we've done, in my opinion. But anyway, I will also put, for those of you who are interested in getting like a custom cloth cape for your Mandalorian Black Series figure, I will put a link down below to OT Customs Instagram page. He's really, really cool. Does really, like, and also just give him a follow, too. He does some phenomenal stuff, too. Like, you wouldn't believe. But yeah, that's it for Figure Review Fridays. Make sure you hit hit like and make sure you hit subscribe so you get more notified when we upload videos like this, like Figure Review Fridays, Mythical Mountain Monday, and What's in the Box Wednesday. As I said also, Jack's Pop Guy is, I think I said on Monday, maybe working on a new show this Sunday, so maybe, I don't take my word for it, it's going to be Funko Pop-centric, which I think is really, really cool. Because Funko Pops have some really, really good detail on them. Also, check us out on our respective Instagram pages, GVKCollectibles and also Jack's Pop Guy. Also, check out our Mercari shops. Those will be in the links down below. So, yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, and peace.